So, good morning, good morning. We began on day one, and I explained that we were, rather than using immunity, we were using well-being as an emphasis for this sequence. Because our immune function is taught to us as that which defends us. And I don't think that we need to defend ourselves if we are in tune with, do I need more rest because that will support me? Do I need more activity because that will substantiate me? So if we can embody well-being, this is a very different state of mind from boosting our immune function, even though they both do the same thing. It's just semantics, and yet the semantics, the way that we think about it, is so important. All of it is about creating a state in our future that we would really love to hold. That if we are not feeling well, we're looking towards a future state with greater well-being. And the best way to predict a future is to create the future. And so this is a practice which generates energy, which generates stamina, which generates prana. So we are activating a quality of energy in ourselves so that we can then direct it towards our well-being, and thereby we create the future we choose. I want to be well, I want to be strong, I want to be fulfilled in my life, and this is how we get there. If we have health problems, we need to think. You may wonder why you may suddenly have manifested health problems, like if you catch a cold. The tendency will be great to begin to fault yourself for what you may assume to be your shortcomings. But know that these conditions are not symptoms of having done something wrong. Rather, they're signs of having progressed. For the fact is that the higher you ascend vibrationally, the greater the necessity to purge your physical form of a density that cannot be carried at heightened levels. And often that density takes the form of illness and disease. So that's from Oneness by Rasha. And this idea that if you've been practicing for a while, you are shifting your state to a higher state, and everything that's low, that's caught, that's old, is going to show up, and we're going to shift it through us. And in that process, it might have symptoms, it might have physical appearances or expressions that don't feel like the well-being we're seeking, but we keep moving through and we shift all of it to a higher frequency. So bring it together. It's very cold in my home right now, but I'm looking forward to getting moving with you. Ong Namo, I bow to everything outside of me. Gurudev Namo, I bow to everything inside of me. To begin, inhale. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Om Namo Gurudev Namo. Roll your shoulders, roll your wrists. We'll start on our backs. So if you like to pad your back, then I would say unfold your blanket twice to a longer rectangle so that you have some support. The back of the head, the backs of the hips, the back of your spine. Just bring your knees to your chest, a little bit side to side. Your right hand overhead, your right leg out long, flex your foot, point your toes, flex your feet, and then hand to shin. Left leg long, hand overhead, inhaling, point, flex, and back. So inhale right, and exhale center, inhale left, exhale center. Your pace.
So these initial movements of our warm-up are to meet where we've been, to begin to shake off what we did before that's left an imprint, so that we can come into right now more fully. So we'll move here, starting to find the major joints, the hips, the shoulders, activating the navel. And then we'll breathe. And then we'll come into our Kriya. So 4, 3, 2, 1. Perfect. Put your feet down, put your hands wide, and just notice the center body, the change you're starting to make. Draw your right knee into a great circle. Start to feel how that changes the hip, changes the low abdomen, changes the breath. If you choose, circle the knee. If you choose, circle your heel. Inhaling wide, exhaling back into the center, anchoring your navel down into the floor. A little bit more pressure into the left foot gives you more stability, and reverse your direction, knee bent to start, so circle your right knee. Feeling all the relationship of the knee to the back, to the belly, and then extending the leg as you choose. Lead with the inner heel. Stand clearly in your left foot, make stability. And then bending your knee, foot flat. Circle your left. So little at a time here, we just get moving. Sometimes the inertia of our physical body, straighten your left leg if you choose, get it a little bigger, find that circle. Sometimes getting some momentum in our physical bodies is such a relief from being so still. Reverse your direction, circle the knee. Start to feel how it changes your breathing, how it changes your mood. Circle your leg, your heel leading the way. Coming into the fuller range of motion brings us into our fuller range of emotion, our fuller range of response, of thought. Good. Feet flat, palms open. Notice a little wag of the tail, tap the feet, and lift your hips. Put your palms face down under your hips and knees to the chest. Press your right heel and bring it in, and the left and bring it in. Now if you need to, that's most modified. Or exchange one and then the other, and one and then the other. Exhale, exhale, exhale. And if you like, close your eyes and settle into this little piston of action. Reaching the tail end of your spine forward and a little up, and anchoring the low belly down and into the spine. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. Feet flat, lift your hips, palms open, legs out long, and breathe into the light you've made in the navel. Breathing in that light like you could drink it into your lungs, and from your lungs, spread it into your heart and spread it through your body. Bringing your knees to your chest, you'll roll your way up. Fold your blanket in half from top to bottom twice. And that way, we'll do just once for now. Got a little tippy last time. So we'll start here. Heels up, knees bent, hands out, thumbs up. Fold your fingers in, thumbs up. As you come forward, split your hands. Exhale, rock back. Inhale, exhale. So you're pulling with your heels, and your heels are pulling the center of your belly button forward. Inhale and exhale. It's as though your feet are standing on the wall in front of you,
Any shoulder issues, you put a little bend in your elbow, widening the elbow. Five, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Sit tall, swing your heels out wide, and double the blanket. So that when you sit, widening our heels draws our energy higher up the body. Good. Shake out the knees, shake out the feet. Hands on either side of the right thigh. Fold a little. If you need to, bend your knees. Rise up, hands open, and fold left. So inhale up, and fold right. Most modified, if you need to, you pop your blocks underneath your knees so that you can't hyperextend through the knees. You simply begin to find your breath. And then take your inside hand a little further forward and your outside hand, reach it back so that you start to find a revolution. And little at a time, movement by movement, breath by breath, you're making a little more space. You're making a little more strength, and in the strength you're making a little more heat. And maybe with a little bit of a smile, you're starting to find a little more play in your body. The play in your body is such a fantastic salve for our despair or our weight or the dark of winter or the cold of the day. Fold and rise. Two, and 1. Oh, sitting tall, shake out your feet, your knees, interlace your fingers, and as though stirring in a great pot, circle. Inhale across the front, exhale across your body, and let this circle just start to open. Hips, shoulders back, belly, spine. And reverse, sweeping wide to the center. Good. And sit tall and notice the length of your legs, the tips of your toes, up through the spine to the top of your head, the beat of your heart. We are coming alive, right? Come to hands and knees. Unfold your blanket one time. Have a block nearby or 2 if you need them. At hands and knees, folding back, find your child's pose. And from your child's pose, rise back up to hands and knees, tuck your toes, lift your hips, downward facing dog. In dog, wag your tail. And hands and knees is breathing in. And child's pose is breathing out. And we start to move between the two. And your pace is unhurried. And you're beginning to simply find the rhythm of your breathing. Three. Two. One. Fold back. Deepen the crease at the hips. And then find your way to your dog. Walk your feet to your hands. Squatting down, widen your feet enough that you can fit inside with your palms together and your elbows to your shins. Standing up tall, hold your left wrist with your right hand. Go a little left and back down the middle. Right hand holds your left wrist. Go a little right and down the middle. Inhale up over to the left. Exhale the center. Inhale up over right and center. 6 more. One more each side. In your squat, if your heels are high, turn your blanket so that your heels are on the fold of your blanket and the balls of your feet are on the floor and your toes are spread. And your feet are wide enough that the toes and the heels are in a line. Interlace your fingers. Inhale, your hands come up high. Exhale, coming down. As you come up high, your heels may lift a little. Exhale, come down into the knuckles, down into the heels. So you're rocking onto the balls of your feet, and then you're rocking onto the heels of your feet. And as you rock forward and back through your feet, you're lifting your hands, bringing your shoulder blades down towards your spine. Inhale up, exhale down. Four, 3, 2, 1. Good. Tuck your chin, press your palms, and then tuck your chin and hug your shins in, reach straight out, tuck your chin in, bring your palms together, draw your heart forward, lift your chin. So tucking, reaching, squeezing with your knees, and then inhale, heart up, exhale, gathering in from the sides, exhale, gathering in front to back. Inhale, drawing front to back. Exhale, squeezing side to side. 2 more. And at the beginning of a sequence, it can be new, and in the newness, it can seem impossible. Fingertips down, lift your hips, swag your tail. Soften your knees and put your hands to your hips, standing up. But as we go through the sequence, as we do these movements little at a time, we start to get some real momentum.
Hands wide down the backs of your legs, knees are bent. Inhaling up. So if your hamstrings are particularly tight, you can keep your heels on the blanket. If you choose, move the blanket aside, standing flat to the floor. If you don't need to, you don't bend your knees. And if you do need to, you put a big bend. And you honor your back, your spine, your hips. If you choose, the hands go forward, the elbows bend back, the hands sweep up. So finding your movement, finding your breath, that we're moving all the way through the body, elevating our frequency, our vibration. Three and two. One more. Fold, unfold, and sweep wide. Wherever you've gone, just pausing wide, pausing wide, pausing wide. Bring it down. Noticing the field that surrounds you is brighter and more apparent to you. That the idea of a field is natural. You can feel it emanating from your heart. Big beating heart. Take it all with you. Sit it down. So if we can feel things for ourselves directly, immediately, I feel that, that's me, that's mine. Then that sensation, we reinforce it with the belief of our mind. I am a field. I am this. I am this. Just slowly rewiring. I am a being of well-being. Thumb and first fingertip of the left hand, let them come together and rest to the thigh. Right hand, first two fingers together, fold down. Use your right thumb and close just above the flare of your right side nostril. Breathe in left. Close the left side and breathe out right. Again, close the right, breathe in. Close the left, breathe out. Close your eyes. Continuing in left. And out right. Now, if using your hands doesn't work for you because you have a sinus condition, I want you to use your mind. In your mind, breathing in through the left, up to the point between the eyebrows. Breathing out from the forehead center, out through the right nostril. In your mind, breathing in left, and breathing out right. Either use your hands or use your mind. No hurry, no force. In left, hold. Out right, right hand down. Feeling the left side body, the right side brain. And then the other side. Closing the left side nostril with your fourth fingertip, in right. Close right out left. In right.
out loud. If it doesn't work with your hand, if that bothers your sinuses or your ability to concentrate, use your mind. In the right side to the forehead center. Exhaling forehead center, out the left nostril. A beam of light. One more, in right. Pause full and tall. Out left. And right hand down. Out the mouth with a ha. Close your mouth, out the nose, steady breath, breath of fire. You know where we're going. If you like, palms together, thumbs to the heart. Five, four, three, two. Inhale, chin up, 3 sips. Tuck your chin, pause. Gathering towards the spine and up into the midbrain. And chin up and breath out and hands down. Notice. So if all you have time for is to simply make those movements and settle into that breath, that's a wonderful daily practice. Wonderful daily practice. Going on with me is the Kriya for embodying well-being. Shake out the feet, rebuild your seat. Now, if seated on a blanket doesn't work for you, you can sit up on a block. You can sit on the edge of a chair. The seat is not our issue right now. The spine is tall, the heart is high, the hands are wide. So you make your hands into what are called lion claw. And it's a little like your hands are very strong. And with the arms wide, the elbows soft, on the exhale, you cross your wrist, inhale, exhale, exhale. Most modified, you would cross right here at the heart. Good, as your shoulders allow, your hands go higher. Eventually they're crossing overhead. And maybe you do a few here and then you take it down. And you make your way up and you build your strength a little at a time. We'll go for the next 2.5 minutes right here. So adjust your posture anytime you need to keep yourself safe. But continue the breath and continue the movement. Anyway, it can be very, 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 very small, but keep it going. Strong at the navel, so let your seat be stable and strong. And from there, your heart comes up, your chin lightly in. And as you stabilize at the navel, your spine gets a little taller and the shoulders get a little softer. And it all gets a little easier. 30 seconds, just like this. Three, two, one. Hands up, hook your thumbs, inhale, chin up. Tuck your chin and cap that energy in a little wriggle, and now rise up the spine. Gathering at the midbrain, spreading the fingers, hooking the thumb, hugging toward the spine. Chin up. Breath out, hands wide and down. Feel the field that surrounds you. That's your well-being. That's your greatest immunity, is that field. And so with your eyes closed, sitting tall, the most efficient, effective, and potent thing to put into our field is our joy. Without changing your expression, use your mind now. Feel the sensation of a smile at your mouth. Without changing your expression, the sensation of a smile at your eyes. Through the whole surface of your face. The sensation, the joy of a smile in your brain. Use your mind. Train yourself. The sensation of a smile in your lungs. The sensation of a smile at the heart. The sensation of a smile through the abdomen and inner organs. Smiling. The sensation of a smile through the depth of your pelvis, reproductive organs, right to the seat. A smile. And back to the crown of your head, seeing there. Seeing in your mind's eye, rose-colored light, dusky rose. Surrounding the head, pervading the head, scanning down through the body, dusky rose. Every color has a frequency, every frequency has an effect on our bodies. Rose down through the throat and the chest and around the arms, the elbows, the palms, and the fingers. Dusky rose, use your mind, the color of renewal through the chest. That smiling belly, fill it with light. Rose light through the hips and the seat. Use your mind. And then unfold and come back into the use of your body. That we become as facile in our thinking, in our visioning, in our seeing of things as we are in our bodies, in our hands. We are dexterous with our hands. Lift your hips. Put your seat on your hands. Put your heels down and lift one heel and then the other. If you need, bend your knee and press down. Bend your knee. Press down. Inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale, inhale, exhale. Eventually the legs straight, the feet flexed, inhaling up and exhaling down. In the master breath, we were very still and focused on the breath, and now we are full of movement and focused on the body. We are all of it, up and down. Inhale, exhale.
I can still feel the rose-colored light around my body. "20 seconds right here, becoming stable. Three, 2, and 1. Put your feet down for your hands and just notice the radiance at your belly. The smile at your belly. Release to your chest. Roll forward and back 3 times. And then you'll come right onto your hands and your knees. And in your hands and knees, you'll fold your hips back to your heels and find your child's pose. All the way back. So rocking forward, bend your elbows, walk your knees together, walk your feet together so you can come forward. So we'll just start here. And if this is what works, this is where you'll go. This might be all that needs to happen, that simple. Rocking forward, pressing back, building strength across the chest, the upper back, leading with your heart. Or you'll take yourself all the way to the floor and all the way back. Good. Hips come forward, heart comes forward. If you hug your knees together, hug your feet together. And so you may work there or come further forward, lifting your knees off the floor, rock back. And you begin to create a little bit of a rocking horse. And you're rolling your chest up and off the floor, rolling through the thighs and the low belly. For 3, for 2, a medium dog. Walk your dog, wag your tail. From hands and knees, cross your ankles, get your bolster, and build your upright seat. So that was forward and back through the spine. Notice the front surface of the body, a little bright. Your fingertips to your body, turning left, turning right. So this is most modified. Turning through the spine, finding the anchor of your seat, and turning from the seat through the belly. Inhale left, exhale right. You may work there or put your thumbs to your shoulders, elbows high and wide. In left, out right. Starting to open through the front and back of the ribs. Letting your chin turn, following the spine. Working there, or interlace your fingers right at the base of your skull. And this will lift the chest. And a minute right here, eyes closed, steady on.
5, 4, 3, 2. Center, inhale, chin up. Hook your thumbs, tuck your chin, reach up, hug towards the center line. Gather your attention, your awareness up, up, up the center line, up to the center of the mind. And release wide. And sit down. Take that momentum, take that movement, bring it right over onto your hands and your knees, tuck your chin, and move it through. Inhale, open, exhale, round. So we're moving through the body. Our bodies have evolved with the assumption that we would be moving through the world, through the forest, through the sea. And so our well-being is dependent on our continued movement to shift the lymphatic. We have 2 gallons of lymphatic fluid that washes all tissues, all organs, all systems, and then is filtered and rinsed. Turn your thumbs forward, your fingers wide. Try to pull your fingers apart and move a little higher in the back, a little higher through the back of the neck, the tuck of the chin, the lift of the chin. The last 15 seconds. Feeling the last remnants. Where is it sticking? Maybe just under the left top corner of your shoulder blade. Go there then. Maybe right behind your belly button. Go there then. 5, 4, 3, 2, and 1. Fingers point forward and find your dog a beat. Dropping your head as though dropping all that energy. Run it through the spine, run it through the neck, run it through and into the midbrain and right out the top of your head. Right out through your hands. Getting your blanket and building kneeling. So I will stay sideways so you can see where we're headed. Knees down, a block between your heels if you choose, 2 blocks if you need it so that your spine is upright. I have a little bit of an arch in my low back. I'm stable in my seat. If I don't need the block, I can sit squarely on my heels. It all depends on the day. Go ahead, turn your chin left and right. Just rinsing the last little bits up along where the base of the skull meets the spine, up behind the ears and through the jaw, up into the scalp and the temples, opening right to the crown of your head. And then center and notice that little extra action in the crown of your head. Through this axis of the spine will take sound and movement. Sa, ta, na, ma. Beginning, birth, life, death, rebirth. Spring, summer, winter, fall. Beginning, continue, conclude, return. It is the sequence of all things. Sa, ta, na, ma. We gather that into us and through the spine. So one hand out, one hand back. The hand coming back closes. The one hand out like you're gathering something and drawing it in. Sa, ta, na, ma. 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 Sa, ta, time. Sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma, sa, ta, na, ma. Let your chin turn with your body. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 ta, na, ma, sa, 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 ta, na, ma, sa. 15 seconds we go. Sa, ta, na, ma, 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 sa, ta, na, ma. Hands wide. Hook your thumbs, 3 sips. Take your chin, reach. Call it up. Call it through you. Call it up. And then release down. Very graciously, gratefully, gracefully build your seat. Cross your legs. The last 2 minutes of movement, just circle. Easy. Through the whole periphery, as though every inch of your skin is met and felt and found. And then reverse. And just pause, totally still, and notice. As though all of you has become a field, as though the body has raised its vibration to the point that the bones are now field and the skin is field, and there's hardly a limit, a division between the two. And in that field is all possible well-being. To set for our Shavasana, we're going to fold the blanket a little differently from last time. Unfold twice so you have this long rectangle. And put that down behind you. And then fold one side over 2/3 of the way. Like you're folding a long letter. And then fold the other side in. So I have this long, thick rectangle right down behind me. Get any extra layer that you require. Set yourself up. Seated in front. So I'm not seated on the blanket, I'm in front of the blanket. And I lie back. Reach overhead, take the far end of that fold, tuck it under the back of your neck, and then round it so slightly so it supports you all the way up behind the ears. Get yourself covered, get yourself settled, and we'll stay just 6 minutes today. The body at great ease, receiving what you've made. The first few breaths are large, full and free, sensation of being done. Your feet rest on the floor. Your hips rest on the floor. Your head is supported. Your heart softens. Your belly softens. And then in the last moments before you let go, feel a smile in your eyes, in your mouth, in your chest, in your belly.
deepen your breathing. We come to our practice to shift the density. The places that feel like constraint. We shift from draining ourselves of energy to gaining energy. To do that, we require more energy, and you just made some, and we will make more, and we will use it to shift, to make more, so that each time we do this, we gain energy. Walk your feet in. We provide it to our cells, to our breath, to our thoughts. Roll to your right. We provide it to our smile is fed and full and available to us and each other. Roll up. Arriving sweep wide, you're going to hooch up and sit on the edge of your blanket. Because the best way to predict the future is to create it. Palms together, bring it in the middle, bring it down, bring it in, bring it through. One more. Palms together, thumbs to your forehead, center. I am this. I bow to my truth. Long sat, short nam. Inhale. See myself. Namaste, I see you. Be warm, be well. Keep that hidden secret smile all in your organs. Keep choosing the things that feel like a gain in energy. Sometimes cleaning out your closet just rewards you, and sometimes it kills you, right? So can you find the spot where you're gaining from it? Can you make the decision that cleaning out my closet is going to be a gain? I can see it, I can feel it, I can get there. Without force. Some days I'm just hungry to make order. And others I'm hungry for rest. Listen to all of it. I'll be back tomorrow, do it again, or come back on Thursday and I'll meet you live at noon. If you are if you've set up a recurring payment for this, you are supporting me. You are supporting this practice. You are making this possible. Your payment makes this possible. This work is freely available, but it's not free. This is how I use my time. This is how I train my body. I make it valuable by giving it my time, and then I give it to you full of value, and you pay. So it's $20 to drop in, or it's $100, and that includes coming and seeing me live on the weekends. If you set up something that's recurring, then I will send out an email with a new practice by tomorrow, end of day. So that recurring payments get this little extra juicy bit. Usually we don't even need a mat. Just the thing you can do if you're visiting your in-laws and you step out in the driveway and you have 12 and a half minutes, you can set your state. Those are priceless little trinkets. So I will put that out tomorrow and just giving you a chance to hop on if you like.